let him out of the basement. And he teams up with Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. They are losing it. They are spending money like crazy. Dear God, please, nobody tell the Democrats what comes after $1 trillion. You know, about a month ago, Congress passed out a $1.9 trillion so-called COVID relief bill. Now, only 9% of the bill was health care spending on COVID. 91% was on other stuff. We were there all night fighting against it, introducing amendment after amendment after amendment. I introduced an amendment, said, all right, you want to send $1,400 checks to everybody. I introduced an amendment to say, let's not send the checks to millions of illegal immigrants in this country. You should be here legally and a taxpayer if you're going to get a government check. We voted on it, and every single Democrat voted no. It failed by one vote. By the way, both of Virginia's senators voted no.
They don't listen.
You know, and look, okay, all right, I get it. I understand that they want to send checks to illegal immigrants. I got that. But by the way, you know, there's a new politically correct term for illegal immigrant. It's called undocumented Democrat. You know, I don't want to offend the woke police, so I'll try to use the right terminology. So I said, all right, fine. You want to send money to illegal immigrants? All right, here's another amendment. So I introduced another amendment. I said, let's not send stimulus checks to criminals currently incarcerated. If you're in jail, if you're in a 6x10 concrete box, maybe you shouldn't get a check. We voted on the Senate floor. Every single Democrat voted no. Failed by one vote. The next week I decided, all right, I get it. You guys want to send checks to criminals. You know who your base is. But let's see if there's common ground on which we can agree. How about let's narrow it? How about murderers? People convicted of homicide, currently in prison. Can't we agree that if you're a murderer in jail, we shouldn't be sending you a check? Democrats stood up and objected, no, we need to send checks to murderers. I'm like, all right, you want to send checks to murderers? How about this? Rapists. I introduced another amendment. Let's not send checks to rapists. If you committed the horrible crime of rape, let's not send you a check. Nope, Democrats objected. I tried one last time. I said, all right, let's go for the worst of the worst. Child molesters. These people belong in the 9th circle of hell. By the way, in Texas, we have a penological approach to child molesters. It's called garden shears. And you know what? There's a 0% recidivism. So I said, can't we agree child molesters shouldn't get a $1,400 check from the U.S. taxpayer? Nope, Democrats stood up and objected. We got to send them checks too. So our government just sent $1,400 checks to millions of illegal immigrants, to murderers, rapists, and child molesters. That's today's Democratic Party. On taxes. If you're paying taxes, your taxes are going up. Income taxes are going up. Corporate taxes are going up. Small business taxes are going up. Capital gains taxes are going up. The death tax is going up. All of them. And then there is the absolute chaos at our southern border. About a month ago, I took a group of 19 senators down to the border. Representing Texas, I've spent a lot of time down at our southern border. It is worse today than I have ever seen it. We are on a path that is projected to have 2 million people coming illegally into this country this year. We went out on midnight patrol with the Border Patrol, went down to the shore of the Rio Grande. On the other side of the river, you could see cartel members with flashlights, shining the lights at us, Sheriff, yelling at us, yelling at the Border Patrol, taunting the Border Patrol, which they do every night, saying, you can't stop us. There's nothing you can do to stop us. The next day, we went to the Donna tent facility in Donna, Texas. It's this giant tent city that's been built to handle this massive surge. It's built to handle 1,000 people. With COVID restrictions, its capacity is 250. The day we were there were over 4,200 people in that facility. 1,700% its capacity. I saw the Biden cages. Cell after cell after cell, one after the other after the other. Kids, little boys and little girls lined up, not 6 feet apart as you would want in a pandemic, not 3 feet apart, not even 3 inches apart. Lined up side by side, lying on the floor. There are no cots, no beds, no mattresses. Side by side, touching each other, wrapped in reflective emergency blankets. The rate of COVID positivity is over 10%. Now, I'll tell you, the Biden administration, they had a policy they wouldn't allow the press in. We got cameras here. Glad to see the cameras here. They wouldn't allow cameras to come to those facilities. ABC News wanted to embed with our group of 19 senators. Fox News wanted to embed with our group of 19 senators. Here's what the Biden administration said. Sorry, risk of COVID is too high. Yeah, we got 4,200 people crammed in tiny cages. We're not worried about COVID there. But one cameraman, no. That is truly a health risk. By the way, to put it in context, Trump let the news in. Clinton let the news in. Obama let the news in. But Biden, see no evil, hear no evil, just evil. So they weren't letting reporters in, so I decided, all right, I'll do something else. And I pulled out my cell phone. Yes. And started taking pictures and started taking video. Yes. Now, the Biden administration, they sent a young woman down there who was a political handler from Washington, D.C. And her task was to stop us from taking any pictures or any video. So she's jumping in front of, she's yelling at senators, take that camera down. You can't take a picture. You can't do this. And so I just filmed it all. She jumped in front of me and yelled. She said, respect these people. Like, you respect these people. You locked them up in cages in the middle of a pandemic.